So in this recording, I'm going to go through how to create a campaign plan. Very brief video, really just designed to show you the workflow here. So if we break this down into different steps, what we need to do is create an action.json file, which the source CLI is going to use. And what we need to define first is the scope query. And this is how we control the repositories that Sourcegraph is going to identify for automation changes. Just to keep things simple for this, this recording, we're just using the code IntelliFy repository. But you can see here, these are the things that we might want to search for if we want to upgrade RxJS. And that is the demo, how to upgrade the RxJS library. Now the steps, you can have more than one step. There's two types, command being a command that you can run on the computer that this is running on, and another type, which is Docker. And what's really cool about this is that it puts all of the commands that you would need to run on each repository in this, in the Docker file, and then this gets run, this container gets run on every repository as part of the automation. Right, so really that's about as simple as it is. I've got some commands in this make file here just to keep things simple for myself. So if we start off with make search, we go into RxJS, okay, make search scope check. This is going to show us exactly the repositories that this automation campaign is going to run over. Now we're going to build this Docker image so Sourcegraph's automation can use it. And I'll go through this, it's really simple. This part here is that if you're running this on Mac OS like I am, if you're installing all of the node modules into a folder that's mounted inside the container, your computer is going to have a very tough time. It's going to sound like it's taking off, and it'll take a lot longer than it needs to. So all this does is it copies it into a part of the container, a disk there where only the container sees, which makes this a lot faster. If you're running this on a Linux machine, you don't really need to worry about this hacky step. So all we're doing is we're saying yarn, add this RxJS package, and make sure that you add it at this version. Okay, so now that this is built, next step is we can do exec. And this command is, first of all, it's going to download a zip archive of the repository, and then we can tail essentially the output of the container here so we can see what's going on. Okay, and now we're done. So if we look at the contents of diffs.json, we can see some JSON that can be sent to Sourcegraph to create a campaign plan. So let's do that now. Make campaign plan. Okay, now we can click on this link. Now this isn't going to create the pull requests, but it's just a really easy way that we can preview what is going to happen. Okay. So you can see here, really simple, two files that have changed. And then we can either create a draft here, well, let me just, RxJS upgrade, self-explanatory. And then if we create a draft, the reason why you might want to do this is because you can then share this URL with your teammates to make sure that this all looks okay before publishing the campaign. And when we publish the campaign, that is when it would go and create pull requests for each of these diffs in each repository. Okay, so that's a really simple demonstration of the workflow for automation. We're really excited and we'd love your feedback to see how we can make this even better.